Hello everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, pianist, composer, piano and composition teacher. If you want to discover interesting facts about me, you can watch the introduction video of the channel. I'm leaving the link below in the description, where you will find also the link for my artistic channel in case you are interested in original music and covers. Going back to the Piano Lessons to Go channel, don't forget to subscribe and to share also with your friends if there is anybody that is interested in piano music. Let me know also about yourself when you started studying, your experience. Now time to go to our lesson. If you have watched carefully all the lessons up to the last one, up to the one published last Saturday, you have noticed that I have completed 12 major scales. I ended with the B-flat major the last week. Today it's time to talk about the minor scales, finally, from a very practical point of view. One of the minor scales was the last topic of my theory lessons. Indeed, I published the 22nd music theory lesson. It was about the explanation of the minor scales from the theoretical point of view. How to find the minor keys, how to find the start of the minor scale. Today I want to finally start explaining the minor scales in practice, obviously, kind of talking about all of them, but explaining not simply and only the theory, but a couple of very important practical aspects of the minor scales. I invite you to watch the 22nd music theory lesson. Indeed, I'm leaving the link in the description below. In this way you can, if you have no idea, you can understand what we are talking about. But let's now, today, explain that there are two main ways to understand which ones are the notes of the minor scales. One is the one that is much more theoretical and indeed takes you to the understanding that the minor scale starts from the 6th degree of the major scale. For example, if we are in C, the relative minor of C major is A minor. Why? C, D, E, F, G, A. From the 6th degree you start the minor scale. And this is something that has been understood. And what does it mean? That all the notes of the minor natural scale will be the same identical ones of the major, but simply starting from the 6th note. And this is what I've been explaining and showing in the 22nd music theory lesson. But today I want to add on top of this aspect another one, that is the one that shows you how you might understand the notes of a minor scale, considering it in a slightly different way. For example, if we take the note C and we want to develop the major scale from C, we might learn which one is the simple and basic difference in between C major and C minor. Or, if we want to talk about A, which one is the small difference in between A major and A minor. Let's indeed maybe start from A, that since it's the main topic of today, the minor, we start from the minor and compare it with the major. Now, according to what I have explained in the music theory lesson, we said that the A minor is same as C major, but starting from the A, from the 6th note. But since you have watched also, I really hope so, 2 of my scales lessons, the first and the second, where I explained the major scales and I started explaining the 5 standard fingering scales. Obviously also these 2 lessons will be included in the description of this video. I invite you to watch it. You have discovered that A major is this. Now, first of all, let's analyze the fingering. The fingering isn't it the same identical one? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The major, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, A minor is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A major is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in terms of keys, in terms of intervals, or let's say even more, in terms of color of the key, which one is the difference? The first is identical. The second is identical. Oops! The third in A minor is the C. The third in A major is the C sharp. So the first note that is different, comparing A major and A minor, is the third. Let's carry on. The fourth is identical in both. The fifth is identical in both. Now in A minor natural you had the F natural, but in A major you had the F sharp. And indeed, the second note that is different is the sixth. So we have the third, and then we have the sixth. But then which one is the last one that is different? It's the seventh, because in A minor was supposed to be this one. In A major is this one. And the last one is obviously identical. So we have just 3 degrees that are different. The third, the sixth, and the seventh. And indeed we can say that the only difference in between the minor scale and the major scale, or opposite, is that in the minor the third is 1 semitone lower. Major, minor. So the third is 1 semitone lower. And also that the sixth and the seventh are 1 semitone lower. Look. Sixth and seventh, or in the minor. And that's all. We can write a kind of very practical law of the minor scale. This is indeed a very practical aspect, is a very practical analysis of the minor scale related to the major scale. So relation minor, major scales starting from the same key. So minor and major starting from the same identical note. And we said that we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and obviously eighth note. It's better that we write. And the only 3 that are different are the third, that I write on top for the major, M. I'm using the uppercase or capital letter for the major at the beginning, yeah? And the lowercase m for the minor. And with the plus, I'm referring to the, so it's, let's say, 1 semitone higher, yeah? And this is 1 semitone lower. But obviously it's lower compared to the major, or is higher compared to the minor. You are understanding what I mean. So then we said, on top of the third, we have the sixth, that is major or minor, and then the seventh, that is major or minor. The first, the second, the fourth, the fifth, and the eighth are identical in between major and minor. The same identical ones. We can double check now, analyzing another scale. And today I want to simply talk about this important thing. And then, in the following lessons, we will discover the fingering even more. We will dive even more into the understanding of the fingering, yeah? For example, C major is another one that is a fantastic example. And let's see if it's right what I'm saying, yeah? So C major, as you know, is all white. And what about now the C minor? The C minor natural is exactly this one, look. Let's count properly. First, identical. Second, identical. The third is major, in the major scale, obviously. Is 1 semitone higher. And this is the third in the minor. And it is confirmed what I've mentioned. Then, the fourth. When you go on, you go to the F, but you go to the F also here. So, same identical one, same identical one. The sixth is a natural in the major, flat in the minor. Et voila, confirmed. And also same story. This is the seventh in the major that is leading to the tonic. In the minor is... This is the seventh. And this confirmed also the seventh. And this is the eighth. And then obviously you go back. I confirm that the other way of studying the scales, the minor scales, is one of considering them in relation to their relative major. But that aspect has been explained in theory, in the theory lesson. I wanted to add also this important aspect of the scales. We have to also clarify another thing. This is true when we analyze the minor natural scale. Minor natural scale. Because you will understand that In general, we study not only the natural scales, the minor natural scales, but we study the melodic minor scale and the harmonic minor scale, where there is a small change occurring exactly here. 6th and 7th degree will be slightly changed. In the harmonic scale, it will be the 7th one that will be changed. In the melodic, you change 6th and 7th in one direction, and they will go back to the requirement of the key signature in the descending direction. So ascending, they will be raised, and descending, they will be lowered. But this is something that we'll treat in the next lesson. I think that for today, it's more than enough, because I think that you can even start having fun discovering the notes of the minor scales by yourself, simply by applying what I've told you. If you have studied well the major scales, you have discovered how to build up the scales, the major scales, following the tutorial where I explained the birth of the major scale. If you have then been following all the lessons where I've been showing you the 5 standard fingering scales, and then all the other ones, you should be able today to build up by yourself the minor scales. But anyways, I will treat all of them one by one in the next videos. If you have any question, feel free to comment. As usual, thank you very much to all the students that are subscribing to my channel. If it's the first time you're landing on my channel, thanks to this video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one. All the best.